Well, that's not good. Way she goes, I suppose.
Look how like dark it is. Send me that, will you?
You know, like, forest fires suck. Like, it's super smoky everywhere. Hard to breathe. But this is absolutely gorgeous at night. And I'm super stoked to be able to see this, because I highly doubt I'll see this again for a very long time. Last week I tried to get to an amazing spot at the top of a cliff and do a camp and cook. Because of the rain that had happened the previous days before, and also on that same day, after getting out and walking the spot, I just decided that it was way too muddy and I didn't want to get stuck trying to get all the way up to the top of that cliff. Today is the day. It's been 2 weeks trying to get up to this spot. There is a huge forest fire like literally 3 miles away from where I'm staying, and I'm actually looking at it right now as I'm filming this video out my door, and it's pretty crazy. So we're aware of that, but this spot is 20 minutes further out. I would say maybe 20-30 miles away from this area. Hopefully that just means no one else is out there and we can secure that spot on the cliff. There are fire bans in the area where I'm at right now. There are no fire bans from what I've been told and from what I've looked up online in the spot that we're going to. We're just gonna play it by ear on that one. Obviously, what we do here on this channel is we find a spot, light a fire, cook some food. If the conditions aren't good, then we'll just skip the fire. I guess we'll just see when we get up there. Either way, hopefully today ends at the top of a cliff with some good food, living some good old-fashioned proper truck camper life with a beautiful view. Yes, there's a forest fire. I think the wind is blowing it in the other direction, so hopefully that's not going to get in the way of the view. I guess it's time to fire up the old Dodge and see where this day takes us. This was totally soaked last week, if you remember. Totally doable today. We're finally gonna make it to this spot yet. Alright, we'll see how this goes. I didn't even put it in 4-wheel drive. Just take it nice and slow. It's all dirt, no mud. No big deal. Almost finally. Dude, check out that fire. Oh my gosh, dude. Alright. Back to the task at hand. Well, we made it to the spot, which is awesome. I'm super stoked. It's the first time I've actually gotten up here with the camper, but it's super windy. I talked to the sheriff, actually. I flagged him down. He was driving by right when I was about to pull onto the road to this spot. He said that we're good to go on a fire if we want to have one. It just has to be like in either a fire pit or just contained, and you have to have water nearby, which I am completely full on water, and obviously I've got that sweet fire pit, so we're good to go there. But it's like super windy, like really windy, probably because I'm exposed. I'm inside obviously because there's just so much wind, so I don't know if we'll be able to have a fire tonight. We're still gonna cook some sweet food. We're still gonna enjoy the view. I've looked at the weather app and it looks like the wind is going to die down around 8 At some point, I'm going to get that drone up there and show you guys this beautiful view because it's amazing. And even from inside the camper with my windows here that I'm going to open here in a second, the view is spectacular. This is an amazing spot. We're not going to let the wind get in the way of us living some good old-fashioned proper truck camper life today. Whew. I guess in the meantime, it's time to just sip on some whiskey and look at the fire. It's really sunny out there. It's really windy, but I think it's time to push this awning to the limit and see what happens. I could really use some shade while I'm sitting out there enjoying the view. And wind or not, it's time for this awning to shine. So I guess you'll see what happens. Since it's so windy, there's definitely no chance of having a fire tonight, unfortunately. I know that the sheriff said that it was cool, but there's like a huge forest fire like right in my view, and it's super dry and it's just not even worth it. So obviously my truck camper has a stove and an oven for a reason, and it's not going to change any of the plans of what we're making tonight. It's just too windy, guys. It's the way she goes sometimes. The weather doesn't always work in your favor, and sometimes there are fires. So we're gonna make the best of it. Amazing. Absolutely perfect. I learned this mac and cheese recipe out in Montana. I I worked for a summer when I lived in my last van. I worked up at a restaurant called the Sunflower Cafe, and it's about a half a mile right outside of West Glacier National Park. And both the owners actually lived in the same van that I did. And if you're ever in the area going through Glacier National Park, I would highly recommend stopping over there. Absolutely killer mac and cheese. And thank you, Felicia and Hunter, for obviously the mac and cheese recipe, but for the job too. That was an amazing summer. And obviously I kind of altered the recipe a little bit because I don't have all the stuff, but still amazing. And the pork, I've never done pulled pork mac and cheese before. Like I've never made it myself. And this is, it's just so easy to make the pork and add it on. I don't know why anyone wouldn't do that more often. The only place I've ever actually had it was Noodles and Company, so this is my first time with like homemade, and it is just absolutely delicious. Wanted to try to cook it over a fire, but just as good inside. Absolutely, still probably just as good, honestly, other than like cooking outside by that sweet view. But still, just amazing. Well, I'd say we lived some good old-fashioned proper truck camper life today. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but sometimes you just got to roll with the punches, and the weather doesn't always cooperate with your plans, and that's okay. This spot is way better than staying at like a Cracker Barrel or a Walmart or a city street, and I've stayed at several of those before, and I probably will, definitely will again. So definitely grateful to be here on the cliff that I've been trying to get to for a while, and the barbecue mac and cheese turned out amazing, and really couldn't have asked for a better end to a really good day. On that note, a couple channel announcements, I guess. First time. Thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing. I think we're almost at like 1,000 subscribers, which is insane to think. This channel is like really new. It's only been around for like 2 months, and to have 1,000 subscribers in that short amount of time is really cool. And I promise that I'm going to keep trying to get better at the videos, and keep trying to make everything a lot better in the future. So thank you so much for subscribing and watching the videos. And thank you so much for all the wonderful comments. A lot of them have really made my day. So really is good to see that you guys like what I'm putting out there. I guess on the comments note, I guess off the top of my head, some of you asked about the fire pit. So in every single one of my videos, and in this one and in all the future videos, I'm going to make sure and put a link to that fire pit in the description in case you want one for yourself. I've had several fire pits in both my last vans. This is the best fire pit that I've ever come across, and it seems like it's going to last a very long time and definitely outlast the other two that I've had. Also, I'll put a link to the pans, like the removable handle pans. Some of you asked about those. That'll be in the description as well. Fires. So, unfortunately, I'm based off of traveling in my van before this and living in mountainous country. This fires are probably over for the next couple of months. I'm expecting next week, even in this spot, to be a full-on fire ban. That's just the way she goes. Summer, I don't want to be the cause of any forest fires, and we don't want anyone causing those more than there already are. So I've got a couple ideas on how we can still have a fire and cook on the fire, and those will be coming up soon in the next couple of videos. It's still in the works, but rest assured, on this channel, we try to find a spot, light a fire, and cook some food, and we're going to try our hardest to still have that fire without breaking any laws and without possibly causing any forest fires. So stay tuned for that. And then yeah, I guess the last thing is hopefully by this video, could be in the description of this video, but definitely if not, it'll be in the next video. I have set up a Patreon for Truck Camper Life, and I also do have merchandise for sale for Truck Camper Life. The merchandise is going to be like shirts and like mugs and stuff like that, but unlike a lot of the other channels that I see on YouTube, um, I'll probably have like one shirt that has like a picture of like maybe my truck camper on it. But this channel is a celebration of all truck camper life. And so I want everybody that is interested in truck camper life or has a truck camper and likes to travel and camp and cook to be able to wear the shirts. And so it's going to be kind of a little bit more, I'm still designing it, but it's going to be a little bit more for everyone and not just have my truck camper on it. It's going to be for everyone that loves truck camper life. Same with the mugs too. Like I'll have one maybe with mine on there, but really I want it to be for anyone who loves living truck camper life. And so I'm going to try to make the merchandise that way. And so hopefully more people would want to wear it because it's not focused on just my camper or my channel or whatnot. So yeah, so we got a Patreon, a merch store, uh, no fires or different fires, and thank you for subscribing. So I think that does it for the first time doing announcements on this channel. So I guess on that note, that about wraps this one up, guys. Way she goes, I suppose. If you made it this far in the video, then chances are you're probably into this kind of stuff. So make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And keep on living that dream. And if you haven't found that dream yet, don't stop looking for it. You never know where it might be. You might even find that it's living in a truck camper parked on a cliff with high winds right next to a forest fire, cooking barbecue pulled pork, mac and cheese, somewhere in the middle of Utah. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.